We go to the fan hotline. She covers the Browns for the Plain Dealer, Cleveland.com. She's Miss Mary Kay Cabot. Hello, Mary Kay.
Hey, Mary Kay.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're doing well.
Good.
You know, we're sitting here today, Mary Kay, and we're kicking this around. Browns have the number one defense in the NFL right now, fewest yards allowed, if you're going by that stat, and I think it's a critical stat. Fewest yards allowed, and it's like 40 more than the second best team, which is the Atlanta Falcons. It feels to me that this defense is going to give you a chance to win some football games, especially if you can just figure out how to run the football. So even though they're 0-2, I have a little bit of optimism based on the way the defense is played. Is it justified?
I think so. I think that was always going to be the plan, at least in the early going, was to play really, really good defense, run the football, and then get clean quarterback play. That was going to be the formula. And that is why I strongly felt that if they could win the turnover battle on a week-to-week basis, that they could win 7 games. And in a perfect world, if they got good quarterback play, that perhaps they could even flirt with a few more. But so far, the running game, they did not get that off the ground because of Quinshawn's situation. So they're still working through that, but I think that will get better. And they haven't gotten clean quarterback play to this point. So those things need to get better. But if they do, then I do think that they have a chance to win some football games. And as you can see, there are some starting quarterbacks that might not be playing against them. J.J. McCarthy might not play against them. Who knows if Joe Burrow will play against them. So I do think that they will also have some opportunities to maybe win some games that would have been a little bit tougher. But if the defense continues to play like this, I do think they'll have a chance.
Mary Kay, the most vocal objections to this team right now seem to be pointed at Kevin Stefanski and Joe Flacco. Is it justified to be critical of Kevin Stefanski right now, and what do we think of his play calling?
Well, first of all, I think that the narrative on the season would be completely different if Andre Schmidt had made the 36-yard potential game-winning kick in week 1, right?
I think you're right.
Every single thought about this football team in this moment would be different, I believe. Now, they made a series of mistakes once again in Baltimore, and that game got away from them. But if they were 1-1 right now, we would not be talking about trying to have Kevin on the hot seat and benching Joe and all of those if it just came down to Andre making that kick and the defense holding. So the margins are very, very thin. The Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2 right now, right? Mm-hmm. There are teams that are 2-0 right now that are wondering how they're 2-0. So
You're right. You're right.
Right. I mean, and the Bengals left here with Joe Burrow saying, we stole one. So it's just a different way of looking at it if something that minor had happened. Now, when you get your tail kicked the way that they did in Baltimore, it does seem like the sky is falling. That game got out of hand and got away from them. And I think it did in part for a number of reasons. I mean, you can't be getting a punt blocked and you can't be turning the ball over, but also Denzel Ward was not in that game for most of the game. If you take a team's number one cornerback out of the game most of the time, that's going to be a really long afternoon for that football team. And it was. They really were hurting without him. And the offense put them in, of course, horrible situations, as did the special teams. So right now I see correctable mistakes, but what I also see is a grueling stretch coming up. Are you kidding me? I mean, Green Bay Packers, they are so good. It's going to be a really, really tough afternoon at Huntington Bank Field on Sunday. They're in a stretch right now playing 4 out of 5 on the road. They have to go to London and face the Vikings there. So it's just a tough stretch. It's going to be really, really hard to win games. But they can win games if they win the turnover battle.
Mary Kay Cabot joining us. Mary Kay, the recipe for success for the offense, I think we all would agree, is running the football. They've not done that well so far. Is that on the backs? Is that on the line? Is it on the scheme? Is it on the play calling? What do you think it is?
Well, it's a combination of a lot of things. It's an overhauled running game, and it's not a well-oiled machine yet. They've had a lack of continuity so far at the offensive line spots. I mean, both of their tackles were compromised in this past game. Jack Conklin was ruled out with an elbow injury. DeWand was in and out because of heat concerns, so they didn't have their starting tackles in there. And once again, we all know that you really have to be working in concert. The 5 guys on the offensive line have to be working really well together to make that beautiful run game music that you have to do. So that hasn't happened yet. And, of course, as we mentioned, Quinshawn wasn't there in the first game. And he has practiced twice with this football team. So what they thought was going to be a really robust running game from minute 1, it hasn't been that yet. And that's not how this was supposed to go. You're not supposed to put your 40-year-old quarterback out there and have him pass the ball 45 times per game. If you put him in that position, there are going to be mistakes by somebody, whether it's him, whether it's the receivers. There's a lot of margin for error when you're throwing the ball 90 times in your first 2 games.
All right, so let me go back. At what point do you think that they need to steer in a different direction at quarterback? Like, how long is this Joe Flacco period going to last if they continue to lose?
Well, it just depends on what the philosophy is inside that building. I mean, look at what happened in training camp when Kenny Pickett suffered a hamstring. They completely pivoted and changed their whole entire game plan and traded him, because he wasn't going to be able to win the starting job. And by the time he was going to be ready, they felt good enough about Dylan Gabriel that they were going to turn it over to him. So you never really know what an organization is thinking behind the scenes in a situation like this. But at some point, it's going to make sense for them to see what Dylan Gabriel can do. And I don't know how long it's going to take them to get to that point. I think they have to block out the outside noise and block out all the pressure that they're going to get from people to make a change, and do what is right for their football team in the moment. And right now, it seems to me like a veteran presence helping to hold things together might be the prudent way to go. I can't say for sure that Dylan wouldn't come in and give them some kind of a spark. He's really polished and poised and all of those things for a rookie. But right now, it seems prudent to go with the veteran who can kind of help you keep things together a little bit.
With that thought in mind, give me a yes or no on this, and it'll set up my next question. Do you think they're going to draft a quarterback next year?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
I'm not even thinking anything else.
Okay, I'm not either.
That has to happen.
I agree with you completely. That's what I think, too. So with that thought in mind, what do you think the best course of action is this year at quarterback? Is it to play the veteran? Is it to play the young guys? Because if you're playing the young guys, what are we playing them for? If you're playing the veteran because you think it gives you a better chance to win games, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, you're hoping to be as high in the draft as you can next year. I think it's a weird situation, Mary Kay, and I'm not sure how they should approach it.
Well, I think one of your guiding forces should be, is the rookie ready to play? Okay? It's not just about seeing what the rookie can do. It's about development of the rookie and making sure that the rookie is ready to go out there and function against an NFL defense that is going to be there trying to rip his head off. And you can't put him in harm's way. You can't put your football team in harm's way if he's not ready. They have to be ready to go out there. And sometimes it might just take a few more weeks. Sometimes you need to assimilate your offense a little bit more. Sometimes there are things that you need to work on or that they need to see you be able to do or handle or understand or call in a practice before you can demonstrate that you can go out there and have Micah Parsons coming at you, and then you're going to know how to handle that situation. So it's not just, hey, let's see what Dylan can do. It's also, hey, let's see what Dylan is ready for. It's called quarterback development, and it is vitally important how it's done.
How long before you have a mutiny in the locker room between the defense and the offense, special teams?
They're not going to do that. No, it's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
No, it's not going to happen because they have put players on this football team that have high character and they're professionals and they stick together and they have good leadership on this football team that will help weather the storm and navigate through a time and a period like this. So I don't think that you're going to have that. I really don't see that happen.
So you're guaranteeing that we will not see one cutaway in the next 2 weeks if this continues between someone on the defense yelling at somebody on the offense.
Come on, man.
That's a Mary Kay
You're
guarantee.
guaranteeing. Come
I
on.
want a Mary Kay guarantee on that.
Mary Kay, see what I deal with every day?
Like if I'm on the defense, I'm just absolutely frustrated. And I know that we probably won't see that in public, but if you're Myles Garrett, I mean, he's played his you-know-what off in the last 2 weeks, and a lot of these guys on defense have, and they're not getting anything in return other than frustration and misery from special teams and offense. And you internally, that has got to eat away at some of these guys.
Well, everyone's human, of course. Everyone is human. Everyone wants to win. Everyone's putting their heart and soul into this. But like I said, I do believe this is a professional football team full of high-character guys who can handle adversity. And that's what you have to do as a football team. It's one of the biggest things that you have to be able to do as a football team is demonstrate that you can handle adversity. And a number of teams have started 0-2. I'm not saying that this is necessarily a playoff team this year or close to it or going anywhere, but there have been teams that have started 0-2 and 0-3 and whatever and have gotten it turned around. And the Cleveland Browns they have a brand new offense once again. They've got a brand new offense, and everything is overhauled, new blocking schemes, new personnel, young guys. I mean, there are a lot of young guys on this football team. And it's just not going to look like a Super Bowl contender in weeks 1, 2, and 3. But if you keep your head down, you keep working at it, you get the right kind of coaching, the right kind of leadership, then you should continue to look better as the season goes along.
Mary Kay, last thought. The offensive line had, Jack Conklin out. DeWand was out a little bit. They were bouncing back and forth there. Do you think this line is still capable of being a pretty good offensive line?
I do. I think it hurts to have Jack Conklin out. He's one of the best in the business. I think DeWand is still coming around and finding his way a little bit on the left side, and I think they have to keep looking at that and, navigating that situation and making sure that is how they need it to be. Again, they're not 5 guys working in complete concert yet. They still have their blocking schemes that they're learning or getting back to or however that's working. But I do think that they will be better over the next 3 or 4 weeks than they have been. They've got a lot of good defenses coming up, so it's not going to be easy. The Green Bay Packers defense is lights out. So it's going to be a huge test. But I think that this offensive line will start working better together soon.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Miss.
Thanks, Mary Kay.
Thanks, guys.
Mary Kay joining us on the Fan Hotline.